Okay, so the further the question that the client concerns right now that the Golden Visa program, like through real estate investment, is like going to the end now. So all of the client like have the inquiry about like if the termination of the Golden program to real estate investment will affect the existing investor for the renewal of the procedure or PR and citizenship application.
Okay, well, that's actually a good question. When the first discussion started in February, there were some concerns regarding that with the possibility of being retroactive effect. And some changes were made during the discussion until now. And now it's absolutely clear that no, there won't be any changes or there won't be any risk of the applicants not being eligible for the renewal of the PR or for the citizenship. All the applications that are submitted successfully will be eligible for the renewal, for the PR. Of course, as long as they keep the requirements of the keeping the investment for 5 years, and for the citizenship also of taking the language tests and having a successful result. So they can rest assured that all applications submitted successfully will keep exactly the same rules with no changes.
So that will be the great answer for all the investors. So there are no worry about later on, even the Golden Visa program have been closing. They will not affecting for the renewal process and also for citizenship application.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
For second, if the spouse, let's say like the family, right? If the spouse have personal reason and does not apply for the Golden Visa along with the main applicant and the family at the time of application, can they apply after like 2 or 3 years if they change their mind?
Yes, this is one of the matters that was also addressed. So the applicant of the Golden Visa will still hold the right for the family reunification in 2 or 3 years, like he does for the renewal of the residence permit or for the citizenship. So all these packages of rules will be kept unchanged for the main applicant, and so for the family reunification of the other members, either the spouse or the dependents, they will always be able to apply for that. No worries.
Okay. So let's say, how about the property? Because like for the property, we have to keep it at least 5 years, right? So if the spouse will not apply together with the family, and later on, like 5 years, 6 years later, the family already have like enough requirement to get the citizenship application. Do the whole family have to wait for the spouse to for 5 years later to get the same citizenship? Then they can sell the property, or they can make it when the main applicant got the citizenship.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Can you just repeat?
Yeah, I mean for the resale the property after they got the main applicant got the citizenship.
Oh well, he can resell the property after that. Yeah.
So how about like at that time the main applicant already have the citizenship, right? But the spouse, because of the late application, so it was 2 or 3 years. So the whole if he at that time, like even the main applicant cannot sell the property, right? They have to wait for the spouse to get the citizenship.
Yeah, that's correct.
For the question number 3, from a lot of investors, like under the Golden Visa program, the dependent children need to be single and financially dependent at the time of application. However, because they require for like under 26, right? So after 3 or 4 years, the dependent may changing the marriage situation, or they already have a job, or that it does affect the Golden Visa card for renewal?
Well, yeah, that's a question that might raise some problems. It's most advisable to keep the same status throughout the whole period of the application, meaning being able to prove the dependence. So imagine for a kid that is under 18 and is dependent, if he passes the 18, he has to prove that he will be in university, and to keep out that status until he's 26. So it's most advisable to do that and to be taking into consideration the age of the current application to be able to fulfill those requirements between the 5 years. Of course, if someone is studying, imagine, and they're about to complete their studies, maybe they can extend and do the master's or the PhD, or even just do the application for them to be able to prove that they're studying. They don't really afterwards, in fact, have to be studying, but to be able to prove that, or to be receiving a monthly allowance from their parents to pay for the university. And of course, if they can get married, I won't say to the client, so postpone your marriage, but try to keep it as discreet as possible. If you are able to postpone a bit, it's better, because you really don't want to jeopardize your renewals, etc., with the sub-authorities, with the immigration authorities. So it's most advisable to do the things by the book. So if you are able to prove that you're dependent, keep doing that. It's what we advise, and it's what all lawyers advise, because the status of dependence has in fact to be since the beginning to the renewals to the citizenship.
Oh yes, I gonna understand. So even those like they overage, because now for the first application they might be 25, right? And later on after 2-year renewal they might 26 or 27. It doesn't matter. Yeah, like and as soon as like they have to keep that they still like study, or have to be like still financially dependent to the family, or they still remaining single.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's quite clear. For the question, like coming to the question number 4, like also like request from a lot of investors. So they want to ask, like after holding the golden visa for 5 years, if the man do not have the qualification or any ability to meet the language requirement for Portugal's, like the other family member to apply for the nationality or not? Let's say
well, no. Yeah, I understand the question. No, and the answer is no. So each applicant or family dependent or spouse, all of them are assessed individually. So there's no risk of, let's say, cross-contamination. Every one of them is assessed individually. So if the main applicant by any chance doesn't pass the test, the others pass, they are all able to apply. There's no risks on that side. And the same applies on the positive way. If the main applicant successfully passes the test and the others don't, the main applicant won't be jeopardized on their citizenship application, only the other one. So everything is separated, everybody is individually assessed, and of course children who are under the age of 12 don't need to do the language test as well. So there's no risks, but I advise all clients to do a bit of study and to do the correct test.
okay, thanks, Francisco.
Bye bye, Tiffany. Bye. Ciao ciao.